Your income doesn't matter. Your age doesn't matter. Your race doesn't matter. Your geographical location doesn't matter. There's a thing that doesn't matter. There's a thing that doesn't matter. There's a thing that you and I are dealing with in your money, and it's called math. And none of those things I just mentioned give you a pass on math. And where people get themselves in trouble, including when I went broke many years ago because I was stupid, we get ourselves in trouble when we don't bother and do the math before we do the transaction. We're the stupid woman from San Diego who leased her dog for $5,400. We make $90,000 a year, and somehow in our brains figure out that our children deserve a $50,000 Honda SUV. And now we have to take the kids out of private school because we can't pay the payments on the SUV and the private school because we didn't do math. We're 21 years old, we buy a $10,000 car, run up $10,000 in credit card debt, and have $10,000 in medical bills and make $30,000 a year. When you make $30,000 a year, there's nowhere in that plan that the $10,000 car makes sense. There's nowhere in that plan that running up a bunch of credit card debt gives you any room to breathe. You already can't breathe. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. Our health care is provided by Medicaid, which is welfare, because we qualify. If I go back to work, we won't qualify for that. And if I go back to work, then I have to pay for daycare. When you make $30,000 a year, there's nowhere in that plan that the $10,000 car makes sense. There's nowhere in that plan that running up a bunch of credit card debt gives you any room to breathe. You already can't breathe. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work?
Dave Ramsey. Y'all know I like to bring things in on some Dave Ramsey. Appreciate you guys for being here this morning. New to the channel, man, please by all means hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, hit that notification bell, share my videos, man. I like to think that I'm dropping science from the perspective of need. What's going on, Zargon? I see you, my man. What's going on, David? My man Chaos is here as well. I got Instagram, I got Facebook, and I got YouTube on the check-in. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna start streaming, looping my show titles into to stream along, so it's like one long show. And what I did was I did a show the other day talking about communication, et cetera, et cetera. And Miss Crystal GYPSY, I'm actually using her comment as the thimble. She said something and it kind of corrected me. And what she said was communication skills. So we're going to talk about communication skills. Y'all know how I feel about communication. I don't believe communication is key. Not to what it should be anyway. Whenever somebody say communication is key, I say to what exactly? Because depending on who you're talking to, communication ain't key. Communication is just what you're going to do when in the midst of communication is they just going to execute denial and deflection. All right. So we're going to talk about communication and communication skills, and I'm going to use some exactics. I just took some vitamins, man. I felt like one of them jumped back up in my throat. So I'm going to talk about communication, the skills anyway. People, here's what I want to tell you about communication skills. Depending on who you're in a relationship, depending on the class of individuals that they dealt with before you, their communication skills is going to be hardwired to them. All right? I want y'all to listen to what I'm saying. We're talking about communication skills. Appreciate those thumbs up. Thank you for being here, man. You guys could be anywhere else in the world. I'm actually tearing up. Give me a second. All right. So what I just said, and people, I'm gonna tell y'all, I know the microphone is lousy trash. I actually, when I was in the studio today, I thought I brought a microphone. I thought I brought the microphone with me. I got home and I was like, I don't have the microphone, man. I was in here kicking myself in the but what's going on, Z? Z says, let me get some of that, man. That's tasty like. So once again, so I was doing a show the other day talking about communication, and Miss Crystal, I'm actually using her comment as the thimble because this is why I tell you guys I need to start doing interviews with a lot of you guys, a lot of my fans. I know David sent me the email, so I'm gonna reach out to him tomorrow. Maybe we can set something up. People need to start hearing you guys. People are getting tired of me. People in 2021, I can't do this as I can't study this shit no more. People need to hear you guys. And people need to hear you guys because a lot of people are under the impression, or should I say, they only hear me. In their eyes, I don't have a studio. I don't have the National Fathers League. I don't have the League of Dads. I've never helped nobody. There are people, for some reason, when it comes to doing this that I do, they only know me. They can come into a live stream. They can look at the comments below. For some reason, it don't mean nothing. All this stuff that y'all ask me to do, and all the stuff that y'all regurgitate to me, and that makes me talk, and all of my clients that I have, and I speak about this, for some reason, they don't exist. I'm going to go to Connect Pal, and it's been some years now, so I'm going to start releasing some of my first one-on-ones on here to help everybody understand. No, boo, this isn't just me. Very well said. Z says, people are delusional. Touche. But I want to talk about communication skills. Communication skills. People, I'm going to tell you something. Do you know that when we navigate ourselves through our everyday, we are using second grade comprehension level? Second grade. We are not using comprehension level from college. We are not using comprehension level from the 5th grade. As you navigate yourself throughout your day, you are using second grade comprehension level. All right. All right. So when we navigate ourselves through life in our day-to-day, second grade comprehension level. So what does that mean? Because what Crystal said is communication skills. communication skills is very important. That's what she said. She said, yes, sir, communication skills is very important. Just what she said. Once again, I'm streaming all of my stuff together. What I talked about yesterday, I'm going to work into today, et cetera, et cetera. So, once again, when you as an individual, when you deal with somebody, you are dealing with someone based on the communication skills of who they dealt with before. That's what you're doing. I'm going to tell you guys about what a lot of you guys do, and then I'm going to tell you guys about a situation that I had. What a lot of you guys do, and it's important, and I know people did it, and I want to be clear. I was the same way. A lot of you guys, we as minorities, I think the problem that we have is we don't okay. I live on a very nice street. I live on a nice street in a lower nice neighborhood. Like it's upper middle class, lower middle, upper class, lower middle. I live in a lower nice class neighborhood. I don't live in an upper nice class. So that's perfect analogy. So you can easily mistake someone for something else due to your travels. I remember I was at my office. I had a woman sitting across from me, very beautiful woman, and I was shocked that she only brought home $600 every 2 weeks. And I was like, "You're beautiful though. Why are you brilliant?" And so we get things mixed up. Because of that, we do a lot of assuming, and our relationships catch it on the back end. All right. So I'm gonna tell you guys about an individual. I respect the individual, so I'm just using her as an example. It's the individual that came and knocked on my door at the studio. So I'm just using her as an example. I noticed with that individual, this is something that Virginia women taught me. You know, women up north, I didn't see this, but Virginia women taught me this. I use the term ignorance out of convenience. I use that a lot. I learned that down here when I moved down here. What I learned is an individual can go to the store, right? Hold on a second. What I've learned is that a woman could go to the store, go to Starbucks. Remember, we navigate ourselves through life with the comprehension level of 2nd grade. What's going on, Mike? I see you. I got Mike checking in over on Facebook. Got individuals on Facebook. Got individuals over on Instagram. So I appreciate all you guys for being here. So a woman can go to the store and say, I want an iced coffee, light ice, 1 mint leaf, and 1 kernel corn. That's what they'll go to Starbucks. The people will make the iced coffee. They'll put light ice. They'll put a 1 mint leaf, a chip of a other leaf, and 1 corn, and they will take that coffee back, slam it on the counter, and say, "This is not what I asked for. I asked for a coffee, light ice, 1 mint leaf, and 1 kernel of corn." That is what that is. You see that little chip of leaf? You see that little chip of leaf? I see comprehension level perfect with everything else. And I'm going to talk about Atia LaShawn Bradley in a second. I see communication and communication skills perfect with everybody else. When it comes to men, there's something that goes wrong. There's something that goes terribly wrong. This is what you guys deal with. But I'm here to tell you that you go through it and it's your fault. Yeah, you blame yourself. It's your fault. Your fault. What we all go through, we need to blame ourselves. Do y'all think I sit here and blame Atia LaShawn Bradley for not having a relationship with her daughter? No, I blame her daughter. All right. I'm not one of them individuals that's going to lie to myself. Nope, I'm not that dude. I'm going to tell myself the truth. You guys can sit up there and say, my child moms turned my child, or my child's mom turned my kids against me. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. She threw out the suggestion, and your kids obliged. Okay, I'm honest. Okay, and I'm gonna do a show called "Honesty Is What I was thinking about it when I was driving to the studio. Honesty is a cancer. Honesty, I forgot. I'll think about it. Communication. Remember, I said communication is key, but to what exactly? And then Miss Crystal said, yes, sir, communication skills is very important. Boom. Communication skill. People, I have excellent communication skills. Excellent. Excellent. Like if I was to get graded on my communication skills, excellent. Now, here's what I'm gonna tell you. If you listen to me and say I was in a relationship with a woman that beat on me, people that don't like me say, yeah, you probably pushed her, or you probably et cetera, et cetera. How come that's a one-off? It never happened before. I've never been in it prior. I've never been in it afterwards. You know why? Because I have excellent communication skills. I can tell an individual in the beginning what I want in a relationship. And it's like, as I was told before, Chris, you're going to always have problems with women. Why? Because you don't lie. Women perceive that a high percentage of what men say are lies. I don't lie. I tell the truth. I don't like something. When I get it, I'm tearing off. That's how it's always going to be. Love is not going to do that. Getting married is not. Love is not going to change that. Getting married is not going to change that. Ain't nobody giving me that because I don't want it. I communicate that very well. We gotta understand that what we go through is because, like I said the other day, last week or so, poor relationship management. You don't manage your relationship like you should. Because of that, you're dealing with a lot of stuff you shouldn't. But I communicate excellent. I remember I was talking to some idiot that I changed my number, and the idiot said, I said, I don't talk to another man's woman. Now, when I said I don't talk to another man's woman because her ass was extremely large, what she thought was, well, no, I hear you, but we talking now. We talking now. You see me dealing with other dudes. My ass is big, and you're gonna drop all that, only for me to then have to tell her, like I told you, I don't communicate with another man's dude. This individual was so professional. She responded to that with, you didn't express that to me. I said, actually, I did. When I told you, the reason why I wasn't speaking to you is because I don't want to talk to nobody's woman. I did tell you that. So when that woman said to me, Chris, you always going to have problems because women going to perceive you to lie, that is 100% dead on. I can tell individual stuff, and it's like, no, my ass is big. Nope, I'm pretty. Nope, other niggas. Now, remember what I said when I started off. Everybody that you deal with is going to have communication skills based on who they dealt with in the past. All right? Communication skills, very important. Very well said. My man Dave said, I don't mess with other man's woman either. And then Dave also said, I'm always going to have problems with black women, not women in general. I understand that 1,000,000%. When Sister Shalakemia said, you know, y'all don't move like that. Black women and white women don't move the same. And you know the crazy thing about that, Dave? You know the crazy thing about that? I don't have a relationship with my mom based on true things that I said. I have problems. I've had problems with every woman in my past once they see my videos, and it's been the same thing over and over again. And when Dave says I'm always going to have problems with black women, not women in general, brother, I cannot. This is why I want to interview you, Dave. This is why I want Dave on. Because Dave says things that, and dig this. Dig this. Dave says things that's dead on. People, I'm a youngest. And I've said this hundreds of times for people that know. The difference between the oldest and the youngest is the youngest had everybody telling them what to do, and the oldest was the ones telling everybody what to do. When those two individuals meet, it's going to be a cataclysmic collision. If you're a man dealing with a youngest woman, it's going to be different than if you're an oldest dealing with another oldest. It's going to be different if you are youngest and you're dealing with a youngest. It's going to be different if you're a youngest dealing with an oldest. It's different. The youngest child and the oldest child communicated through life on two entirely different wavelengths. I have a pick on me complex. This is why when people say stuff to me, they don't know, but I pause. There are individuals that think that I say something every time they say something, and I don't. I've never done that in my life. But women say I do. And then I start rambling on things. Remember you did that? I didn't say nothing. Remember you did that? I didn't say nothing. Remember you? And it's like, oh, I know me. Because one thing I don't do is what that woman told me when I was in my 20s. Chris, you're always going to have a problem with women, not because you're a player, not because you're a whore. You're going to have a problem because you don't lie. And what she meant by that is, ain't no woman going to ever believe what you say. And that has been facts at 100%. I'm talking about communication skills. Communication skills. People, I'm going to tell y'all about Atia LaShawn Bradley. Graduated from Seton Hall University with a graduate and undergrad. When we was living together, she accepted our living arrangements with no problem. She understood. She comprehended. When I said, we're going to do this because I'm buying another house, she comprehended very well. When she was in the hospital, explaining to the people in the hospital about herself and her abusing me, she listened to those nurses in the emergency room very well. When she got out of the emergency room and we got back to our life, she, all of a sudden, her communication skills was now, her communication and comprehension skills was now crippled. Let me tell you, do I say what's amazing? No. Do I say what's troublesome? No. Let me tell you what's the word I want to use? Let me tell you what's astonishing. Yeah, we'll use the word astonishing. Let me tell you what's so astonishing. Like, I know, wow, like an amazement. It's when you're trying to communicate with somebody and they know they're not doing it. Like, when do the transition from listening to you to denial and deflection? Who said denial? I think it was Dave. No, I think it was Z7. Yeah, Z7 said, people are delusional. What's going on, Bam? I see you, man. Welcome to you, sir. I appreciate it. Got my man Bam on the check-in. What's amazing to me is when you start talking and they get delusional and start deflecting with a straight face. People, I played the video yesterday about the woman and the mother. And I said, you find a video of a son talking to his mother like this. Find it. People, let me tell you something. That woman in the video that I played yesterday, you heard the mother say, this is what I get for telling her to get her son. She said, this is what I get, right? Now, I'm going to say this to you. Some of you will listen to that and say, yeah, I was talking to a woman, and every time I try to tell her about herself, she got like that. She got offensive, right? So check this out. Because here's what I know for a fact. I listen to every woman that I tried to be in a relationship with, and none of them have anything in common. None of their men had had morals like me. None of them. And then when I talk to them, I start to connect some very strange dots. And the dots that I connect is, were you in a relationship with those individuals because they fed this delusional and this deflection and delusional? Did they feed that? Because if you listen to that video that I did yesterday, and that video is 20-year-old calls their mom a B word. If you listen to that video, what you're listening to is delusional. The woman asked her child, she was communicating with her child, and she said, this is what I get every time I tell her to man her child. This is what I get. So a lot of you can look at that video, a 20-year-old called their mom a B. You'll listen to that and you'll say, wow, you know, all the mother did was tell her to get a child, and dad, this is a full-blown red alert. Can you truly say you dealt with somebody and they had delusional on that level? Can you say that? Bam said every time. I was listening to that today again. I was listening to that and I was saying to myself, what is the big deal with individuals not wanting to? Okay, check this out. Olivia, get your child because your child is dirtying up. Okay, why couldn't it be okay? Why can't it be okay? Why couldn't it have been okay? I'm going to tell you guys about a situation that I had that I ignored. Tia Bradley and I was living together. And I afforded her very excellent living arrangements. And I had just brought the house. I brought the house in August. And everybody knows that when they buy a house, if you have a boiler system, the first winter that you own the house will be the hardest because you don't know what you're going to get from your boiler. Having tenants, I probably spent $9,000 on that boiler in 2.5 months. It exhausted all of my money. I turned to Tia LaShawn Bradley and I said, I need $100 to help me with blah, 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 blah. She said, I'm moving out. Remember it like it was yesterday. Here's an individual. We had a nice house. Her living arrangements afforded her things that none of her friends had. But instead of saying, okay, I mean, yeah, because we need to do this, and I'm shoving out money. I ultimately had to get a new boiler. That's where the $9,000 came from. I spent like $5,000 on a boiler. Finally, the guy was like, listen, man, $4,000 to put a new unit in here. And I said, we got to do it. And I probably had $2,500 left. I had to get the other $1,500 from my 401k. And I needed help from my woman. And instead of my woman helping me, she invoked delusional and deflection. People, I'm going to tell you something. I got enough delusional and deflection to last a lifetime. I just don't understand how I am. And when I say I'm always right, I don't mean I'm always right. I mean from the perspective of I got ample, you know, let me just say this. If we could just talk. There's nothing I have to personally gain by telling somebody about themselves. Do you know why? Because I can show everybody court transcripts, as I already did. I can show individuals court transcripts. When it counts, I annihilate. Don't no judge want to see me. I know litigation extremely well. That is my expertise. I don't know how to, I can't rap to the bitches. I can't play basketball. I don't know how to rap music. I ain't got no fucking game when it comes to litigation. I'm the best. That's unfortunately my forte. And it worked for me in court. I had judges probably telling the LaShawn Bradley, don't ever bring this nigga down here again. My butthole hurt. That's how I get down. Guys listen to me and be like, yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Women listen to me and say, you so mean. I'm a man. Sorry you never dealt with one. But I turned to my woman and she said, I'm moving out. So she rather had, let's just take her up on it. I said I needed $100. I didn't say, you got it, because I don't talk like that. You got to give me $100. You better give me, I said, this thing is probably cracking my, I said, I need $100. She got mad, said, I'm moving out. I wasn't the person that I was today, because if that ever happens to anybody, say that to me again, I'm going to open the door and give you a lot of assistance at getting you out. That's just, people, I'm going to tell you something. If I take this right here, right? If I take this, you see this? See this? If I take this and pour it on the floor like that, these are hardwood floors. I can take this rag and wipe it up. Yeah, wipe it up. Wipey. All right? If I take this same stuff and pour it on a white Persian rug, the consequences are going to be a lot different. I think y'all will agree with that. The problem with people when it comes to communication skills is they use the same communication skills on everybody across the board. And here's what I mean. If you listen to that video that I posted yesterday, 20-year-old called mom a bitch, she said something in there that was dead on. A couple of things, actually. One of the things she said was, you respect everybody out in the street, but you talk to your siblings and your mother like you look how she talked to her sibling, but she only respect people out on the street. Yup. And she said, how are you going to talk to me like this and live in my house? People, that is delusional on a scale called grand. You don't talk to your mom like you talk to somebody out on the street. This right here don't have effect if I pour it on hardwood floors, if I catch it in time, which I did. But if I pour this deliberately, because I did it deliberately, I poured it on a white Persian rug, boy, I done lost my damn mind. So what you say to this person, don't work on this person. All right? Those skills. Elder Barge said it in the song, Love Me in a Special Way. He said, what worked so well for you before, for me simply just won't do. Love me in a special way. What worked so well for you before, for me simply just won't do. We're talking about communication and communication skills. Z7 says, yes, those moments you never forgot. They play in your mind over and over. I know the feeling. Yeah. And here's the thing. There are people that allow negativity to play in their mind over and over, as you stated, over and over again. And then one thing that I know about negativity that my mom taught me very well, it don't stay within the lines. It doesn't. Stay within the lines. People, I am happy and I'm harmony. That's what I am. I am happy and I am harmony. But those that say, no, you ain't, yeah, you brought it out of me. Because once again, I've heard people say some real crazy stuff. And I said to myself, wow, I never did that to nobody. But what I notice is that the things that problems that people have with me is only because there is not one woman ever just walking this planet that said, this is what he did to me. No, what they're going to say is, this is how he responded to me. This is how he responded to me. This is how he responded to me. Talking about communication. Talking about communication skills. That's what I'm talking about today. Miss Gypsy said, yes, sir. Communication skills is very important. Yep. I agree. I does agree. Ms. Miller says, you're on point, Chris. Keep educating us on the truth so we all can learn from your truth. Hopefully, we women in particular will wake up and learn a new way, develop new and better ways. Yeah, listen, I believe and Miss Yala Zad Van Zan, I love that woman. I can't say her name. She's one of the soldiers on the forefront helping women break out of themselves sometimes. But hopefully, yeah, and that's all we can do is hope. And dig this too. Excuse me. As we get older, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can see it. I'm 52 years old this month. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, you can see the light like, oh, that's my death day. Ah, dang, I see it. Yeah, it's nice. I know. You see that little dot? All right. So honestly, you start to filter out the nonsense. The nonsense don't get no play no more. It just don't get no play. The nonsense is like, I can't do that no more. And dig this. There are people that say know your lane. Very well said. I feel if they get away from garbage music, TV, etc., it will be a start. Very well said. Very well said, Z. And I'm gonna tell you something concerning that. I was looking forward to the new Ghost series. The new Ghost, after Ghost got killed on Power, I was looking forward to the new series. When I watched the very first episode and I just seen how they was killing, I said, I can't watch it no more. The biggest problem, more so with reality TV, is TV and reality TV. You're feeding some perspectives of beliefs in your head. You know, I like to, excuse me, I like to look at things and watch things that's for the most part educating me. So much to the point, even when I listen to Undisputed in the morning with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, because one of the ways that you can learn about triumph you can listen and watch sports. You can learn strategies from sports. And I just can't. I used to love Love and Hip Hop. Oh my God, I used to love that show. I can't watch it now. Atlanta Housewives, I loved Atlanta Housewives. I used to love watch that because I like Candy, you know, and I can't watch that no more. I cannot watch any execution of negativity. I can't watch it. I can't. That's why when KRS One song came out, Black, 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 I was like, oh, finally, you know, and took a couple of stabs at these new rappers. I was happy. People, I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I've seen people get robbed. I've seen people get shot, stabbed. And the funny thing is, I went to war and didn't see none of that. I've seen that where I'm from. I understand the platform of negativity. It's where everything lives, in negativity, right? Yesterday, I was watching the Barrett Auto Auction. I was watching 1963 Cobra GT XR. I was like, I never knew they made that. And I'm watching them, I'm taking pictures, and I'm texting them to my friend. And he texts me back, yo, I never seen that. Oh, so look at that. They got a Barracuda on that, 69 Barracuda. And that's it. I can't do negativity. I can't. I don't want to confront it. I'm aggressive attacking negativity. This is all spectrums. For individuals that follow me on my personal Facebook, this dude named Nelson. I went to school, Essex County Vocational High School. Vocational High School was in the white people section of Newark, New Jersey. I'll tell y'all a story right quick, then I got to get out of here. On Tuesdays in like the third semester, Barringer got a half a day. When they got a half a day, they used to come up to my school and rob people. Because I went to a vocational high school, people used to ride the bus in. I was one of the few people out of 350 people that went to high school, only about 50 of us lived within walking vicinity of the school. Everybody else was bused in. So Barringer High School used to get off and just roll up on cats and be like, all right, nigga, take that off. Take that off. One of my friends had on a leather skirt. They told her, look, come up off that leather skirt. Robbed everybody at the bus stop. That's how it was. One day I came out there, I'm sheepskin, Cazal glasses, ain't nothing changed. I was stunting back then, come on. So one day I'm coming out of school, like 50 Puerto Ricans out there waiting for the kid, like 50. I'm not lying. You can go ask Nelson. If you just follow me on personal Facebook, go ask him. So I comes out of the school, and I think because of what Nelson was doing, they got scared. So I comes out of the school, and Nelson like, that's him right there. That's that motherfucker y'all want right there. Your ass, they looking for you. They looking for you. And I'm like, looking at all these guys like, oh, shit. Come out there. One dude steps to me. Yo, man, what's up with you and my friend, man? What the fuck's up? I said, listen, bro. The dude was walking. He's gabbing off at me. I walked up to him. He was backing up. He fell over the chair, man. Check with him for the rest if you want to know. And I said, check with him for the rest if you want to know. I took 2 steps. It was a black dude with him. I said, damn, man, all these fucking Puerto Ricans and you with them? You a black dude, bro. This motherfucker right here. And walked off. They were looking at me like, I know they was packing. But you see that, the way I acted, I see my dad do that. I see my dad just put cocky on full display. And it normally humbles the savage beast. My cocky, I deliver it well. Like the way I deliver my cocky, man, you can package this shit, man, I'm selling them. 2 for 5,000. Two cocky nuggets for 5,000. It's just, So I know how I get with negativity. I know how I get. People, I'm the youngest of 4 boys. I don't talk. I'm the youngest of 4 boys. I don't talk. Me and James was talking about this yesterday, and James said, Chris, we knew it was a changing of the guards when your big brother up. I mean, we was all out there watching you just annihilate this dude. I said, yeah, that was funny, wasn't it? And that's what I was doing. I was laughing, putting foots to my big brother, like laughing. It got to the point where my brothers beat me up so much, I knew all their fighting skills. I ain't have no fighting skills. My fighting skills was this. That's what I used to do. And I used to be like, okay, this dude doing jab, jab, punch to the ribs. I'm like, okay. I remember I was boxing my second oldest brother, and we was boxing, and he was like, yo, this dude is tearing me up. I know your fighting skills, man. You don't know mine, because I ain't have none. So I'm fighting off of anger, and I'm just, but anyway, I know how I get. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be in no cuffs standing in front of a judge, Your Honor. They made me, no. So I make sure I put myself in a humble environment. This is why I told individuals, look, I love the booty. The damn thing is big, but check this out. You becoming too many dudes. I can't get down with you like that. Because you're going to mess around. I'm going to have to kill somebody up in this bitch. These are facts, man. I mean, damn, what are you going to do? Facts. Listen. Remember, we navigate ourselves around and we communicate on a 2nd grade comprehension level. 2nd grade. 2nd. 2. Dos. Tuito. I'm laughing at something else. Tuito is 2 in Venezuelan. I speak Venezuelan. But really, you guys got to understand and you guys got to realize that along with communication comes communication skills. You can't have one without the other. It's kind of like a father. A man's job is to provide and protect. You can't say, I want you to protect me, but you can provide via child support. That's not how it goes. Okay? Once you split it up, one is no good without the other. These are facts. And 100%. But I know. When I talk about them, it deems me the hated one. I'll see you guys later.